So I wanted to show a console chess app that I made in C Sharp. It includes I added this later where it's like a simple Node.js server uh, for like multiplayer functionality. So every time you make a move, it'll send. I'll show that later, but here's the actual game. So capital letters are in the code. Capital letters are always green and lowercase are blue. But in the actual game, it doesn't matter. Like if you type lowercase, so it's blue's turn. Blue in the code is supposed to be lowercase, but in the actual game, it doesn't matter what if you use lowercase or capital. It works both ways. So I can select capital P4, and it knows that it's blue's turn. So pawns. So P's are pawns, and pawns obviously can only move two forward on their first turn. So D4, and then I can lowercase n1. Well, this is a knight. So the knight obviously can only move like that, and so it's c6, move this over there, and then so if I select p4 again, it can only move one forward, and and I can't input any invalid move. It won't accept it unless it's a valid move. Then I can go back and select another piece. I can select q1, so that's queen, and so I can move the queen to a5. Yeah, and then I can capture it. I can capture the queen, a5, captured, and it goes here with the color. And then so the code, here's like the board. This is where it creates the board. So this is where it initializes the board. It adds the original pieces, the original layout. So this is the original layout, like when you first start the game. And then here is where it prints the board. Every time you change, there's a change made, it prints the board. This is the function that prints the board. There's a lot of logic with like what color it is and stuff. I spent too much time on that. And then, so this is the actual program where it starts. So initializes the board. This is just a function for the logic. It gets the indexes for the check moves. This is the class that checks the moves. So the function is valid move. When you call it, it'll check if it's a valid move according to what move it is. So if it's a P pawn, Q queen, and then so this is the program. It starts here. This is where it starts, and it will keep going while true unless if the dead if unless the king is captured. So if the king is captured, it exits out and the game's over. Yeah, this is where you select the piece. And this is where it makes it so it doesn't matter if you select lowercase capital, it'll know like what move it is. This is where it shows possible moves. It calls is valid moves. This is all this logic, and yeah, this is where you select where you want to move, the tile that you want to move to, and then this is where once you select a valid move, this is where it changes the board layout to reflect whatever move you made, and then it increments the turn. And this is for this part is for the server. So this is how it sends the message. So if I open wait no okay wait okay let me close all this. Copy. CD. Okay, and now I can go to node script. Okay, so now the server is listening. So now if I started a game, new connection. So and then if I make a move, P4 to D4, it sends it to the server, and then it'll send it if there's another player to them the layout, and that's what this does right here. It converts it to a string, and then it sends the string, and then up here is it receives. This is where it receives the message. It converts the bytes, and then it changes the board layout. And yeah, that's my console chess app.